What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is HASAN broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday, hump day, Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. It's Boots Riley Day. You already know what's up. Big day today. Big day for socialism. Big day for us all. We are live. We are alive, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. Looked like ASMONGOLD got his new orders from Elon. ASMONGOLD panics and quickly closes Hassan's video after realizing Hassan described him perfectly. Culture war narratives try to divide the working class.
Experiencing. Because at the end of the day, the working class is the biggest base of support. That's just the reality. And all matter of culture wars and culture war narratives and arguments actually try to divide and successfully, unfortunately, do divide the working class. So we need to get...
Don't ever listen to this.
Yeah, not based, okay? No, divide the working class. Oh my God. Leftists are now calling Hassan Piker a Zog slave. What a year. Yeah, dude, I know. Here's Zog slave Hassan Piker admitting that he works with the mainstream Democratic Party, giving them on advice on how to mislead the youth. This guy gets so... Bad Empanada gets so horny to just fucking schizo post about me that he just forgets how to fucking type sometimes.
If you're willing to, ask somebody like Hassan what culture war issue they're willing to relent on. Are you willing to relent on having men and women's sports?
Dog, you just did the argument. It's so funny that he just straight up did not understand the point that I was making. The point that I'm making is all of this stuff about like transgender people, transgender athletes existing in society, they're immaterial. Okay, they're obviously important for trans people, but they're not important for people who aren't trans. That you and others like you use or drive the salience of these issues to the forefront of the conversation to divide the working class. When in fact, if we were arguing on whether or not the working class deserves more autonomy in their workplace, deserves more control over their productive output, whether they deserve health care, for example, the conversation would not favor the right at all. But the right knows this, which is why they have to constantly be like, no, we have to talk about trans people, whether they should be allowed in fucking, civilized society or not. And then he immediately doubles down and goes, yeah, don't listen to this guy. He just wouldn't. Yeah. The argument is, would you be fine with trans people existing, but also if that same party was offering you fucking healthcare? And I think many people would say yes to that. Because the reality of the matter is, if you're a cis guy, why the fuck do you care if trans people participate in like high school athletics or what, or not? Like, why would you care about that? What has that done to your life that Donald Trump has actively destroyed it, right? Donald Trump has successfully implemented these initiatives where he's banned, transgender athletes from participating in NCAA competitions. Has that made your life a little bit better? Is rent cheaper now? No, of course not. Do you have health care? No, of course you don't. Because that's a deflection. That's a deflection from the real issues. And that's precisely the point I'm making. Of course, ASMONGOLD doesn't want his audience to hear that conversation, because then they'll be like, wait a minute, this makes sense. So he has to constantly make sure that their audience is like going back to the important matters. What ASMONGOLD is doing is exactly the same thing people do all the time. Don't talk about class war, only talk about culture war. I bring up the fact that culture war narratives try to divide the working class, right? And there are a lot of culture warriors that desperately try to tell you like, oh, it's the trans people, it's the transgenders that are ruining your lives. And it's not. Transgender people have no say in you not being able to take time off from your work, you not getting the wages or the necessary benefits that you actually earn, that you deserve, right? It's not undocumented migrants that are doing that to you. It's actually your bosses. It's the forces of capital that's doing that to you. And these guys literally go, no. Remember trans people. Isn't that scary?
That the working class is experiencing. Because at the end of the day, the working class is the biggest base of support. That's just the reality. And all matter of culture wars and culture war narratives and arguments actually try to divide, and successfully, unfortunately, do divide the working class. So we need to get...
Don't ever listen to this. The culture war, he doesn't have... Listen.
See, don't ever listen to this. Culture war, transgender.
If you're willing to, ask somebody like Hassan what culture war issue they're willing to relent on. Are you willing to relent on having men and women's sports?
Remember, trans people exist, guys. Remember, transgender. That's it. Donald Trump eradicated trans athletes. Donald Trump literally made it illegal to be trans and an athlete in the NCAA. Did your life get better? That was literally a year ago. That was 2 years ago. Did your life get better since then? Did you experience any fucking material improvements in your life? No, of course you didn't. Is that fixing the fucking gas prices? Giving Israel more money, is that going to fix your gas prices? Giving Israel more money, is that going to actually improve inflation? Is the cost of living more manageable? We've been giving Israel $10 billion a fucking year on top of everything else that we've been doing, $300 billion since the inception of the nation state. Over the course of the last 80 fucking years, right? Have things gotten better in that process, on that timeline, especially in the last 2 to 3 years? Have things gotten better? Has ICE improved your lives? Elon Musk is a fucking trillionaire. What good did that do for you? Did it do anything for you that's positive? No, of course not. This is the other take that I saw that is really funny. Let's take a look at what he was saying. It's not the top 2% of wealth that's oppressing you. It's the bottom 2%.
Intelligent and smart people. The problem, people are really not going to like this. You're not being oppressed by the top 2% of society. You're being oppressed by the bottom 2% of society. And the bottom 2% of society have caused
Yeah, it's not the wealthiest that control society. It's actually the poorest. Brilliant take, dude. This is the real working class whisperer right here. That's awesome.
The manifest problems in your lives are caused by the bottom 2% in society.
Careful, the most impoverished, powerless people in society are the ones oppressing you and causing all the problems is certainly a take. Correct. They are functional animals who should be institutionalized via either prison or mental asylums. I think there's something really funny about ASMONGOLD and his audience because they are in the bottom 2% of society. ASMONGOLD obviously is in the top 2% of wealth, in the top 1% of wealth, right? But he LARPs as though he is an everyman, right? He LARPs as though he is in the bottom 2% of society. And his audience is literally in the bottom 2% of their own respective nations, like a bunch of shut-ins that don't really do anything and are just like angry and want everyone else's lives to be fucking dog shit too. And it's really funny that he just gets to present this narrative where there's like those who are even lesser than you that are actually the people who are responsible. I mean, it's a typical take from a 1%er. ASMONGOLD is a 1%er. He LARPs as though he's not. He dresses like shit. He doesn't shower. He lives in filth. And a lot of people think that is a lot of people see that and think, no, this is a real one. This guy is a real one. He doesn't own multiple businesses. He's not like a multimillionaire, right? Except he is. He is another multimillionaire telling you that people like you are the reason why you're failing. It's not the wealthy people that have designed this system to ensure that you don't actually ever make ends meet, that we don't have profound amounts of wealth and productive output out there that could be used in a more productive manner to make sure that there are more egalitarian outcomes for people like yourself, that no one should fucking suffer and barely make ends meet when they got one single fucking job. People should be able to take care of a family and own a home on one income, okay? That's how it used to be, and that's how it should be. And yet the system's design, led by parasitic capital, parasitic forces of capital, has made it so that you have to do gig economy work, that you have to work longer hours and basically become a fucking servile little slave to super wealthy people or upper middle class people, okay? And then barely make ends meet in the aftermath of all that and can never own a fucking home. You have to literally be a permanent renter for the rest of your life. And then these guys turn around and say, it's actually the bottom 2% that's fucking your life up. He's a rich guy telling you, the average Joe, that you and others that are maybe worse off than you are the reason why society is busted. It's not the wealthy. Don't look up. You know how people say, like, it's not a left-right thing, it's an up versus down thing, it's a top versus bottom thing? That's true. Asmongold is doing this brilliant thing where he goes, it's not left-right, it's top versus bottom, and the bottom is at fault. Incredible. They can't be rehabilitated. They can only be removed from society. The biggest weakness of Western society is the lie that all men are created equal. Yeah, this is how you stay oppressed, by the way. If you are in his audience and you listen to him say this stuff and you go, yeah, that's actually based. It's actually the homeless people that are at fucking fault. That's how you stay oppressed. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's Nazi shit, but it's also wrong, right? I'm not just going to sit here and say, oh, that's Nazi commentary and then let it sit like that. Because at this point, unfortunately, people do actually, love the Nazi shit. It doesn't have that same stink associated with it nowadays. So you have to also explain why it's wrong. It's not the Chad's fault women won't date us. It's the betas. It doesn't even make sense from an incel perspective. Of course it doesn't make sense. It's just fundamentally flawed thinking. Who do you think has more say in what happens in society? Fucking Peter Thiel or the random homeless person that's like lost their damn minds after being devoid of housing, devoid of shelter for like a decade? The homeless person needs help. And the system that doesn't help that homeless person is designed by the likes of fucking Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. And I guess they're brave propaganda warriors like Asmongold. Anytime Asmongold tells you it's actually the working poor that are in these horrible circumstances, that could be that could become homeless at a moment's notice, is the most powerful entity and is the reason why people are fucking suffering and why people are failing. Every time Asmongold says that and people believe it, they lose track of who's actually controlling this structure, this organization of the economy, and it's certainly the capital owners. Twitch streamer Asmongold, also known as Roach King, commented on his live stream that he wants Israel to continue bombing Lebanon. It's awesome.
Netanyahu informed Trump that Israel will not pull IDF forces from Lebanon and does not consider itself bound by the Lebanon clause in the U.S.-Iran agreement. Okay, you know what? Like, the thing is, this has always been my stance on this. You can never negotiate with these fucks. You just go in there, you bomb the shit out of them, and you leave them. If they want to kill each other afterwards, go ahead, be my guest. But the amount of, like, why are we trying to micromanage Israel? Yeah, why are we doing this, base, baby? Yeah, I think you should keep bombing them. By the way, I think Israel should keep bombing Lebanon because Lebanon has terrorists in it. They have Hezbollah in it, and they're firing rockets into Israel. They're firing rockets into. I hope he kills every single fucking one of the Hezbollah members in Lebanon, every single fucking one, and only then will the people there have peace.
Yeah, it's based if Israel defies America. Yeah, it's based, guys. Hey, guys. Okay, is this guy getting paid? Like, what's happening here? Is he getting paid for this propaganda? Because at least he should get paid for it, right? Because if he's doing this kind of unbelievable propaganda for Israel, and he's doing it for free, he's the biggest fucking moron on the planet. No.
Negotiate with terrorists. No. Exactly. Lebanon's a semi-Western country. It is. It's disappointing that they're being taken over by these freaks. So, yeah, that's it. Remember the pager attacks? I do. APAC funded. Right. Yeah. And,
See, even his audience is like, bro, what are you saying right now? So he's obviously a MAGA dick writer, right? Like, that's all he does. And now that JD Pondon has decided, actually, we're moving in a different direction, this war has been lost, and we have to fucking manage this retreat, and a part of that means restraining Israel, now he's actually outflanking Donald Trump. He's now going, America first? Actually, I don't care about America first. It's America last now. Here he is lambasting. Yeah, you think that this back in November 5th, 2025 is indicative of his current position? Because this only shows inconsistency. Someone rolled a clip of him literally saying Israel is not really important. I'm not going to talk about Israel's control over American foreign policy any longer. Because he recently pivoted as the Hasbara budget 5x'd in real time, which is part of the reason why I'm saying, maybe he has, maybe he's getting a piece of that Hasbara budget, because Recently, he started saying, especially with this like Iran United States conflict, like we should just like lay off Israel. We should stop talking about Israel. And it's actually based if Israel continues bombing Lebanon, defying Donald Trump's orders, right? How is that America first?
And this is the thing to me, right? I see this and I think to myself, why the fuck would I vote for this retard?
This is from 2025. His newer take is actually Israel should defy Trump's orders. Israel should ruin the ceasefire that Trump actually worked hard on. He literally has said over and over and over again recently that talking about Israel's involvement in American politics is actually boring and it's actually crazy. It's causing people to be schizophrenic or whatever the fuck.
Like it's Israel. Israel's so bad. These people are trying to blow you up too, bro. Like that's it. And we can't have Lebanon looking like Gaza by the end of this though. That's not my problem. Like what they do over in the Middle East, like whatever they want to blow up, whatever they don't want to blow up, it's not my fucking problem. I don't care. I just don't want to have any terrorists. That's it. That's the only thing that affects me as an American. Like there are no terror cells in the Middle East.
It's also weird that he's super pro Nick Fuentes and yet now is being pro Israel because he has no positions. These are not like well thought out positions. He's just literally reacting to stimuli. He is basically trying to present Benjamin Netanyahu defying Trump's orders as base to his audience, when in fact, it's literally spoiling the fucking ceasefire deal that Trump put together. So his highest priority here is to defend Israel.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. His courage on. Together unbroken. We'll make heaven known.